Usain Bolt is arguably the fastest man in the world and has his name inscribed on numerous world records. Bolt has remained an indisputable dominant force in the sprinting world. Flip through any record book, be it best performances at premier athletics meets like the World Championships or Olympic Games, or even the world records, and you'll find the world's fastest runner single-handedly dominating the sprint section. Following his retirement in 2017, Bolt revealed something that would later shock the world. The Jamaican-born sprinter announced that he had been picking up a career in football. While many made fun of the plan, Bolt was extremely serious and was close to signing a professional deal till something happened. And you might wonder, since he has the stamina, build and pace, why didn't football work out for him? Keep watching to find out. It's about to get bumpy. Before jumping to the conclusion that Bolt wasn't made for the game of football, you should know that this living legend is an 8-time Olympic champion. At the World Championships in 2009, he ran the fastest ever 100 meters in 9.58 seconds. He is also the world record holder in the 4x100 meters rally, 200 meters, and 100 meters race. We could use all day to talk about his record and still not be listing all of them. But the bottom line is, with all these records under his belt, one would think that after he ventured into the world of football, it would only take a little time to settle in before continuing his record-breaking streak in a whole new dimension. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. His desire to play professional football remained consistent. Year in and year out, Bolt kept reiterating his desire to try his luck in the #1 game. After the Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, with just 1 year left until retirement, Bolt said, "Football really interests me and I'd love to play it more intensively. After Rio, I'll retire and see if I'm good at soccer, but I think I'd be great." Bolt never hid his love for Manchester United and maintained a cordial relationship with stars of the team like Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney, and even the legendary coach Sir Alex Ferguson. And it's no surprise, because while his parents ran a local grocery store, Bolt, who was just a kid, would spend his time playing football in the street with his brother, and from then, he subsequently developed an affection for Manchester United. In the summer of 2017, he was supposed to represent the Red Devils in a charity match against Barcelona, but missed the game due to a hamstring injury which forced him into retirement from track events. You see, the thing with Usain Bolt is that he really doesn't know how to keep a secret. In the end, there was no deal, and the team never considered drafting a contract. Still, Bolt was quick to tell the press that even if no contract had been agreed upon, he believed Jose Mourinho would soon recognise his talent and pick him, and he'd go ahead to win trophies for the team even at the UEFA Champions League. Sounds funny to me. Back in Jamaica, the then coach of the national team, Winfred Schaefer, once considered the possibility of drafting him into the squad. Schaefer believed that he could put Bolt's speed and counter-attacking skills to good use, but while Bolt looked forward to featuring on the national team, that day also never came. Call him a hustler and you wouldn't be wrong. Bolt just couldn't sit there waiting for a call-up from his national team or an imaginary contract from Manchester United, so he had to look for a slot elsewhere. So he ended up signing for the South African side, Mamelodi Sundown. But we never got to see him play on the pitch, so maybe the deal fell through. He also trained with the German side, Borussia Dortmund. The Jamaican looked optimistically at his future as he agreed to a joint training session with the club's then coach Thomas Tuchel. The trial was postponed a couple of times due to injury and so many other reasons, but in March 2018, the day he anxiously waited for came. The Jamaican star took part in various exercises, but down the line he demonstrated more sprinting techniques and not what was required of him as a footballer, and so that chapter closed as well. Again, Bolt took another trip to Norway to train with Strømsgodset and maybe this time fulfill his dream. In a friendly match against the under-19 national team, he missed a header, unfortunately. And that was it. If you've come to know Usain Bolt over the years, you'll understand that he's not the man to give up when things go south. So he hopped on a flight with his agent to Australia, where he played for the Central Coast Mariners, a move he'd later come to regret. He did score 2 goals in pre-season games and was offered a contract worth $150,000 per season, which he would later turn down. Bolt's agent had requested $3 million, which the team deemed pretty ridiculous, citing his age and other factors. After the deal fell through, Bolt knew it was time to hang up his boots. And he later revealed that the move to Australia was a total mistake. He felt he should have stayed back in Europe. Maybe things would have panned out differently. But back to the question, why didn't Lightning Bolt succeed at the game of football? You see, if you take a second look at Bolt, you see a strong, well-built, athletic guy who can hold off defenders, intimidate strikers, and outpace everyone else on the ball. They don't call him Lightning Bolt for nothing. However, if you've watched his style of play, you'll realize he lacks finishing skills and basic football techniques, and he needs match fitness and game intelligence. And if you think about it, it makes so much sense because this guy is used to bursting in less than 10 seconds on the track, so how could you possibly expect him to last on the field for 90 minutes? Bolt needs to understand that although it's all sports, football is not a track event. The pace is fine, but if that's all you've got, it really won't cut it. And if you doubt, ask American footballer Robert Findlay. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Bolt is a terrible player. He's a great guy and a nice football player, but there's a tiny line between being a nice player and playing football at a professional level. He needs to understand that fitness and game intelligence are significant factors in football. After Bolt realized he wasn't made for the game, he went public to reveal he was switching to rugby. Maybe holding the ball while running will be a lot easier than dribbling it at my feet, said Bolt. Soon he switched from rugby to music and has since released a couple of singles. He says he wants to be like DJ Khaled and probably win the Grammy Award too. Good luck with that, Bolt. Well, in the end, he did try to fulfill his dreams of becoming a professional footballer, but as they say, things don't always go as planned. So what do you think about Bolt and his failed chances at going pro in football? Feel free to let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button. And as always, have a blessed day, and we'll catch you all in the next one.